Hello, this is a simple video on how I like my Arturia AudioFuse RIG 16. So I've been messing around with it a little bit, and to show you the screen, get out the way. To show you the screen, it's actually a lot different than other interfaces I've been using before, where pretty much this type of interface, it works if it would stop blurring, because it's hard to see because it is a screen. This type of interface works all by this little knob right here, where you can go through your mixer, outputs, inputs, immersive, presets, settings, all the little things. It even has Midi and Q on the back. Or you can press these buttons right here to be able to do the same things. On the front panel, I'm talking to my microphone right now, which goes and connects, and also has monitor outputs, and these are the dual XLR cables and everything. And because I can't go forward and back because this is screwed into this, so I can't really move it. I should have planned that out better, but it's there now. I'll have it on the screen at the same time showing what I am showing. One thing I do like is, even though it doesn't have all the fun sliders and all, but you'll see on the screen right now, on the actual software, when hooked up to a computer, that's where all your sliders are. But you can do a little bit, if I can get this to unblur, through the mixer itself. You can go through each input, watch the monitors, the levels. It has all the different channels, and what's actually really nice is on the back panel, you can expand it to another 16 inputs and outputs using those, what's it called, ADAT or whatever, which I haven't had a need to do that yet. And you can see how you can really get very immersive with everything you can do in here, which it is good. It has phantom power for the two microphones on the front, and it has your main master mixing here. And where's the back button? Right there. So, one other thing I do like about it, get out the way, that I do like about it is with the outputs, inputs, everything is very intuitive through here. Even though it is a little bit menu divey, I don't mind it. It's just because I can do everything on the computer, which you're seeing on the screen now. So, for example, one thing I have hooked up is, if I can get it to show, you can slightly see the cable there, but it's running up here. I don't have a lot of space, to this Midi Brute 2S, which is another Arturia product, so I might as well kept it the same. So, one thing, if I just play it, so I go to play it here, and then I can go down to here, and you can see the levels changing just on the main. This would be going to the headphones, so I also have the tip monitor, so you can be able to hear it also. And you can also see on the screen itself that I have showing everything else pretty much working properly. So, coming up here and just stopping it real quick, I'll go ahead and go to the computer to show more stuff about it. So now, actually showing all the computer here. This is the front panel, but now in the better picture of it, that's the two rig tabs, but you can get it desk mounted, which I did, which these two, it comes with legs in the back and just put it to the side. So going from the front panel here, we have our two outputs that should just be small to monitors, our XLR/quarter jack cable inputs, that little 3/4 tiny input. And what's cool, you do have outputs on the back. I'll explain that. The menu screen, which you can control it all there, or like I showed you, I'll show more of the software later, just recording and talking. The way to control your monitor, and the speaker has a few different settings. I haven't really messed with it because I only have one set of speakers. And the headphone jack, which I do use, and then it actually has USB controls, so you can plug in different controllers to help work with it through there if you want a more tactile feel, which is pretty cool because I do have something like the Novation launch control. So on the back, starting over here, we have the power, which does have threads, so you can screw the power cable into there so it won't get out too easily. This is the USB port, which hooks right to the computer, so that just uses the software, which is very easy. And then there is a hub port if you want to use a USB hub for multiple different instruments. It has MIDI stuff. I haven't messed with that, so I'm not going to act like I know what to do with that. Here's the ADAT ports, which you can have up to another 16 ins and outs, which I find very useful, especially if you want to use a lot more. There's the different clock stuff there. There's more monitor outputs, more line outputs. So it does give you a good amount of line outputs and monitors. And then on the back will be from 1 to 16. Well, 1 to technically, but yeah, 16. But 1 and 2 obviously are also used by the XLR on the front, so you can actually not use a microphone and press a rear button and be able to work with it on the rear, but you can't do both at the same time. I don't think. I haven't messed with it for ease of use. I haven't gotten too far into that. And then each of these, so the Mini Brute 2S is monologue, so it's only into input 3 right now. And then if I want to do stereo 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, blah, 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 blah. And it actually is a very easy to use software. So now I'll go into the software some. So now working into the AudioFuse software. First, you'll see here is this actually, whenever something's plugged in, it does turn into a microphone. It understands from front. And this is the rear button I was telling you about before, where that will go and change it over to rear. It also has phantom power on both the front inputs and outputs if you do like condenser microphones. I have one. I haven't messed with it too much, maybe in the future. So the cool thing about it, besides all the other things it has, is you can use up to 2 microphones, and you can sync them together if you want a type of dual microphone stereo thing. I don't know. That's up to you. Then moving in the back, of course, we have our different outputs, which you can see it moving here when I press play on the Mini Brute. And then moving through there, also those also have rear because there was the input on the front for it. It has the headphones monitor, the normal monitor, which I can control the levels here. It has all the different outputs on the back, which again, you can sync them to stereo or mono, all that you want to. And then this would be the ADAT inputs and outputs if I had those. And it actually isn't too expensive. It actually is. This is a very cost-effective thing. I'll put it on the screen because I forgot how much I paid for it because my brain doesn't work. Now, the other cool thing about it is you can go and have your own mixer here. Now in the mixer, you can just choose the main mixer, and I actually put this in myself, but you can go ahead and choose, like I can split these myself, I can split these, split these, split these. This is why I'm saying where it has all the different levels, and you can completely have total control, even though, like I said, it's not as tactile as, say, like a dash cam or anything like that. You can plug in stuff to make it tactile, but on the computer it has a lot more versatility, I would say. And also you can Q mix here. I haven't messed with that. But this is what I was talking about, the versatility. You can very much individually choose where everything is going to a point where I haven't messed with it too much. It's a little bit too many options for me, to be honest. And I've just been trying. I plug stuff in and it works with Ableton when I'm recording. That's about all I need. So yeah, just a short, simple, to the point video. I haven't had any issues with this. I've been using it for, I would say, about 6 months now, just because I was trying to find different solutions. And I would say I do enjoy it so far. I haven't had any issues, and I do like how it can expand out to give me many more inputs and outputs due to the ever-consistent problem of gear acquisition syndrome. I buy too many things. Probably because, again, my brain doesn't work. Thanks for watching.